Hello, Nick. Welcome. This is my friend Jordan. And you remember Tom.
Tom's got some woman in New York.
Oh yeah, Myrtle Wilson. I've got an entire apartment devoted just to seeing her.
You don't know? I thought everybody knew that he's seeing someone else.
Doesn't her husband object?
George. He thinks she goes to see her sister in New York. He's so dumb he doesn't even know he's alive.
Jordan, this is my cousin Nick. He just moved here to become a filmmaker. He's renting a small house across the bay.
You live in West Egg. I know somebody who lives there. You must know Gatsby.
Gatsby? What Gatsby?
I didn't know him yet, but Gatsby, Jay Gatsby, was actually my neighbor. He lived in a colossal mansion with a pool and 40 acres of lawn and garden, throwing massive parties every Saturday, while I lived next door in a house so small and modest that it often went overlooked. I received an invite to Gatsby's party tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to meet him or learn some more about him from some of his guests.
Having a good time, old sport?
Alright, this is an unusual party for me. I haven't even seen the host, Mr. Gatsby, all night.
I'm Gatsby.
I thought you knew, old sport. I'm afraid I'm not a very good host.
I'm gonna tell you something about my life. I don't want you to get the wrong idea of me from all these stories you hear.
I'm the son of some wealthy people from the Midwest. Grew up in San Francisco, but went to college at Oxford. When my parents passed, I came into a good deal of money. I spent a few years traveling, lived in Paris, Rome, Venice, to name a few, trying to forget something very sad that happened to me long ago.
I'd like to ask for a big favor from you today. Well, I've asked our mutual friend Miss Baker to help explain it.
Gatsby and Daisy actually knew each other years ago, before he left for Oxford, before she married Tom. Gatsby bought that house so that Daisy would be just across the bay. I think he half expected her to show up at one of his parties, but she never did. He wants to know if you could invite Daisy over to your house when he could just so happen to show up.
Hey Daisy,
Hello.
how'd you like to come to my house for brunch tomorrow?
Oh, Nick, that sounds simply lovely.
Great. Oh, and don't bring Tom. Hey Daisy, I'm so glad you were able to make it.
Oh, absolutely. Are you in love with me? Why did I have to come without Tom?
Oh, I just thought a man of his high standards wouldn't enjoy a house like this.
We haven't met in many years.
5 years, next November.
This is a terrible, terrible mistake.
You're just embarrassed. Daisy's embarrassed too.
She's embarrassed?
Ahem.
Oh, hello there, old sport.
Gatsby's real name was James Gatz. He grew up in North Dakota on his parents' unsuccessful farm. Jay Gatsby was the invention of the imagination of a 17-year-old. Fantasies and dreams of wealth and luxury drove him to invent a whole new persona, dedicated to becoming a rich and successful man.
My wife spends so much time alone at your house, I figured maybe I should accompany her to one of these parties of yours. Yes, well, I'm glad you were able to join us. Who is this Gatsby anyhow? Some big crypto trader?
A lot of these newly rich people just got lucky in crypto, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or worse, they scammed others in fake schemes.
Well, he certainly must have strained himself to put this menagerie together. I'd like to know who he is and what he does, and I'll make a point of finding out.
You know I love you.
You forget there's a lady present.
They certainly look cool. Alright, come on, let's go into town. Come on!
Oh. Alright, old sport.
Well, seems like George Wilson's been sick all day. Got wised up to something funny. Found out that his wife's been seeing someone else. Now he's so hurt he wants to take her and run away. Fuck!
What kind of row are you trying to cause in my house anyhow?
He isn't causing a row. You are. Please.
Oh, I've got something to tell you, old sport. Your wife doesn't love you. She's never loved you. She loves me. You must be crazy. Daisy loved me when she married me, and she loves me now. Just tell him the truth, that you never loved him.
I never loved him.
Not at Capiolani? Not that day I carried you home from the punch bowl? Daisy?
But I love you now. Isn't that enough? I did love him, but I loved you too.
Even that's a lie. There are things between Daisy and me that you'll never know. Things that neither of us can ever forget. Your wife's leaving you. Nonsense. You know, I've made a little investigation into your affairs. You made all of your money in crypto pump and dump schemes. Hacking accounts, draining wallets, stealing NFTs. Your pockets are lined with stolen monkeys.
Please, Tom, I can't stand this anymore.
Go on. You two start on home. Daisy and Mr. Gatsby's car. I think he realizes that his presumptuous little flirtation is over.
Actually, Wilson, I think I know someone who drives that exact same kind of car.
Did you see any trouble on the road?
Yes. Was she killed?
Yes. How the hell did this happen?
Well, I tried to swing the wheel.
Was Daisy driving?
Yes.
You killed my wife. Now I'm gonna kill you.
No. I tried to hold a large funeral for Jay Gatsby, but with his death, his wealth disappeared, as did his former friends and acquaintances. Tom and Daisy left town with no forwarding address. Others refused to come. Gatsby had come a long way to this blue lawn, and when he first picked out the green light at the end of Daisy's dock, his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. He did not know it was already behind him.
Tell me what you think.